that's a nasty one. Hello, underachievers. I'm sorry this video is a bit late. I was gonna film this and have it up by Wednesday, but you might be able to hear I've been ill, which is great. I love it. It's the best. I look like shit. I feel a bit shit, and it's fine. I don't care. Whatever. Today's video is about how I was bullied by teachers at school. I guess you could say it's bullying. It wasn't like a regular occurrence with most of them. I'm pretty sure everyone's experienced like teachers being kind of like mean to them. I recently went back to my old school for some parade thing, and I just thought about teachers. And then I saw a tweet on Twitter that made me think about teachers. So I'm gonna talk about teachers. So the first teacher I'm gonna talk about, I can't say his name because his name is very distinctive and no one else, probably no one else has this name. I think he was from Nigeria. I'm not sure if that's right, but I think he was from Nigeria. I was wrong. I think he was from Cameroon. And the only reason I'm mentioning that is because he had an accent, and like not many people could understand what he was saying, and it was this thing where like he would just talk and like we just wouldn't always understand. A bit of background on him. He was a fucking lovely guy. He was really fucking cool. He was, I think he's a pastor or like a preacher now. I don't know if he teaches anymore. He was like 6 foot something. He was a big guy. He used to wear like really cool shit. He used to walk around school in like shoes made out of crocodiles and just like wacky shit. Pretty much everyone at my school loved him. Like he was not a good teacher. He'd come into class with like a guitar and he wouldn't teach us, he'd just sing to us. And I'm pretty sure he got his wife on Skype for a whole lesson once. He would give out like 12 detentions every class and no one would attend them. He wouldn't even turn up. He was a very interesting man. I was very interested in what happened in his brain. But I've got some like school reviews on here. People can go online and like type in school reviews for their teachers. A teacher review. One review says, can't control class, off topic, talks about water too much. Yeah, he did talk about water a lot. Sick guy, he is an amazing singer and loves water. I like this one. He is so bad. He started playing the guitar in my son's lesson. He started talking African the melt and you can't understand anything he says. But yeah, he'd like sing to us. He was very funny. He was my chemistry teacher and I don't know why. We were learning about limestone and he every time he talked about limestone, he'd reach into his pocket, get some limestone out of his pocket and just eat it. Because apparently you can eat limestone. I didn't know that. But yeah, he was a lovely guy. And I don't mean any hate to him. He's a very good man. I guess it's not right to say he bullied me, but he did fucking embarrass me, and it was horrible. Yeah, he was a bit of a legend. So where do I come into this story? Right, so this happened on my first day at this school. Like this was my first day at my senior school. It was my first chemistry lesson. I'm pretty sure it was my first lesson. Like my first lesson at a new school. I walked into his classroom. We all stood behind our chairs, which is what we had to do until they told us to sit down. Yeah, we got in, we all settled down, and he took a look at the class. He was like, ah, no girls. Bearing in mind, at this point in my life, I look like this. He looked at the class, he was like, oh, there's no girls in the class. That's cool, that's a fun, interesting fact. If you don't know me, I'm transgender. I was born a girl. When I was 13, I was a girl. And obviously all my classmates knew me as a girl because I had a girl's name and I wore the girl's uniform. They knew that I was a girl. And everyone started fucking laughing. Everyone looked at me and someone piped up and they're like, oh wait, no. That's a girl over there. I was getting pointed at and there were people pointing at me being like, that's a girl. It's a female right there. Not a girl penis, that's her right there. I was so embarrassed because obviously that's an awkward fucking thing to happen. And the teacher just starts laughing. He's like, hey, you are not a girl. I'm sorry, that was like a terrible accent. I probably shouldn't do the accent. But yeah, he started laughing. He's like, that's not a girl. You're not a girl. Come here. Come show me your skirt. You're wearing a skirt. You're wearing a skirt. He started laughing that I was wearing a skirt. He started laughing that I was a girl. I mean, looking back, it is quite funny that I was a girl. Like, I'm just not, am I? But to have this big ass teacher come and embarrass me in front of the whole class on my first fucking lesson of this school, it was horrible. And he wouldn't let it go. Like, the whole class was laughing. They're like, ha ha ha. He thought you were a boy. And I didn't mind about that part. I didn't mind that he thought I was a boy. I just minded that, like, it was in front of the whole class. And that was a lot of people's first impressions of me. Like, it's just a bit, you know. But yeah, after he did that, he was like, ah, okay, you are a girl. I'm sorry, I still have to do the accent. Am I allowed to do the accent? I don't know. So, my next story is from when I was younger. I think I was probably around, like, 7 or 8. Bit of background on my school. It was a private school, and it was probably, like, my favourite school I've ever been to. Like, I love that school so much. But obviously, at private schools, there's gonna be, like, some snobs. And there's gonna be some people that are, you know, up themselves. I look like this when I was this age at this school. I wanted a short haircut because I wanted to look like a boy. And that's fine. Like, whatever. Why would anyone give a shit? But there was this one teacher, I'm not gonna say her name, I wish I could. It's not that she didn't like me, it's just that whenever I did something that was vaguely, like, masculine or, like, manly or boyish or whatever, she'd, like, roll her eyes at me. She'd always say shit I do wasn't ladylike and that I should correct it. And I was like, no, that's not happening. I'd just kind of laugh it off, because I didn't care if what I did was ladylike or not. I didn't want to be ladylike. But there was this one time when I was sat in lunch. At this school, in lunch, you had these long tables, and at the head of the table, there'd be a teacher, like, supervising you eat, which, thinking about, is quite weird. This one lunchtime, she was sat on my table, and I was with my mates, because why would I not be? I just want to let you know right now that I eat with my fork in my right hand and my knife in my left hand. It just makes sense to me. I'm going to be eating with my right hand, because my right hand is my strong hand, and I'm going to be controlling the food with my right hand so I can eat it. My left hand could do all the cutting. That's fine. Apparently, that's not good. I don't know how it is in other countries. I think in America, it's kind of different. In America, you kind of just use a fork because you're fucking monsters. In England, it's normal etiquette to eat with your fork in your left hand and your knife in your right hand, which, I mean, I guess it makes sense because you're cutting with your right hand, which is the stronger hand, but I still, no. So I eat with my fork in my right hand, my knife in my left hand. That's just how I eat. I was 7 or 8 or something. I'm not a professional fucking eater. I wasn't taught how to fucking eat with etiquette. I had table manners. I didn't put my bloody elbows on the table. I was a child. And this woman, she sat at my table, and I'm just having a laugh with my friends. I'm eating my food. She just looks at me and she's like, you know, it's not very ladylike to eat like that. And I was like, well, shut up. I didn't tell her to shut up, but in my head I was like, why, who the fuck cares? I don't fucking care. I was like, well, this is how I eat. I can't eat any other way. This is how I've always eaten. I'm a child. Just let me finish my food, please. But she didn't want that to happen, obviously. She had it out for me. What she did was she came and stood behind me. She, like, got her arms around, and she took my fork out my right hand and my knife out my left hand, and she switched them, and then she put them in my hand. So I now had the knife in my right hand and the fork in my left hand. And I was like, well, don't work. She was like, you need to eat like this, because that's how ladies eat. And I was like, well, I don't give a shit about the lady thing, but okay. So I tried eating like that, but obviously my brain is used to, you know, slicing food with my left hand. But I was slicing food with my right hand, and it wasn't working. I was trying to pick up food with my knife and trying to cut with my fork. It wasn't working. And obviously my friends were laughing at me, and with me, I was laughing. I was like, this is ridiculous. My brain doesn't work. It's so funny. But this teacher didn't find it fucking funny. Obviously, I realised I couldn't eat like that, so I tried, you know, putting the fork back in the right hand. I tried eating like that. She told me off, which is fucked up. It's stupid. Stupid fucking rules. Stupid. So many stupid fucking rules in the world. Again, she rearranged my knife and fork, so I just had to kind of eat there, and I was really upset. I was a really fussy eater. I was, like, insecure about how I ate, because I was really fussy, and people would always moan at me, being like, oh my god, why don't you just eat it? So I was already insecure, and she was trying to make me eat with the wrong hands, and it wasn't working. Like, I found it funny at first, but I was getting upset at this point. And all my friends had finished eating because they were eating, you know, comfortably, because they could eat like that. I can't eat like that. All my friends have finished eating. I'm the only one still eating. My teacher tells all my friends to fuck off. And she looks at me and she's like, you're not leaving this hall until you finish everything you eat. And I just sat there crying. I was like, I can't do that. I literally can't. She made me cry. It wasn't nice. All because it wasn't ladylike. Bitch, look at me now. So that was that story. This next one isn't really... Okay, none of these have really been, like, bullying, but they've just been, like, mean. The last story is from when I was in senior school. It was when I was like, I think I was about 16, 17. So I'll let you know how my hair phases went. As a very young kid, I had long hair because I didn't realise you could get it cut. When I realised I could get it cut, I asked for, like, boys' haircuts, and I had boys' haircuts up until the age of 13 when I started senior school. When I started senior school, everyone told me I needed to grow it out. So I did it, even though I didn't want to. After like 2 years of having long hair, I was like, fuck this, I don't like it, so I chopped it all off again. This story takes place after I chopped it off again. So I went to a boarding school, and when you're at boarding school, at least my boarding school, you're split into like houses. It's kind of like Harry Potter. If you know Harry Potter, you'll know what I'm talking about. But you're split into houses. I was in a girl's house, because I was a girl. And every boarding house has a matron, and a matron is kind of the person that does like, that washes your clothes, that cleans the house sometimes, that sorts stuff like like that out. She does sewing if there's like repairs you need in your clothes. She sews it up. She'll sew badges onto your clothes if you get badges. This is a very short story. I just thought I just wanted to bring it up just because, you know. I don't think my matron really liked me very much. I think it's just because I was a bit different to everyone else and she was very straight. She was very just normal and I wasn't very normal and I'm not very normal, so I think she got a bit spooked by that. Every time I did something slightly out of the ordinary, I think she'd be like, oh, you. There was this one time where I walked into her room. She had her own room. She just looked at me and she was like, so, when are you gonna grow your hair out again and be pretty again? Now, I'm not sure how appropriate you would think that is, but I think that's a little inappropriate. She kind of like, low-key said that I wasn't pretty, which is fine. I don't want to be pretty. Like, I don't want to be the gorgeous girl or whatever. I didn't want to be pretty, but I was like, she really just say that? It didn't really hurt my feelings, but my mate was there and my mate started laughing and I was like, why laugh? I was like, why laugh? That's that story. Quite short, but that's the thing. So yeah, that was a video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, fuck off. I can't think of anything to say, man. I'm tired and ill.
Sorry.
I'm going to put my friend Phoenix's GoFundMe in my description. Let me give you a bit of background on Phoenix. Phoenix is a perfect person, and he's got a GoFundMe for his top surgery, and if you could donate, that would be great. He's perfect. He deserves it. But yeah, that's the video. See you later, losers.